I guess we have to show where the library is, because only me and Hawthorne really know.
Yeah, I mean, you can all go through the big double doors into the great room where the library and there's a large kind of 10 by 10 square table with the map of Akkadia on it that Hawthorne was inspecting. If anyone wants to look at it, he has a copy of it.
I can see my house from that map.
There's 8 chairs around it. It's in the middle of the night now, so you guys are going to have to light candles and things. There's a kind of candelabra suspended above a chandelier from the second story ceiling all the way down to suspended above the table where you can light candles and things, but you'll have to illuminate it.
Maybe at some point, Mr. Hawthorne, you could construct a contraption to produce light by a switch.
Eventually, I'm sure we'll have servants to deal with this.
Oh, that's very true.
Interns.
Yes, interns, sub employees. So you call the first meeting, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Is this basically going to be Hawthorne? Are you going to attune to the artifact, or are you just going to?
Yes, I'll attune to it.
Okay. So while you're having the meeting, he's going to just hold it, inspect it, stroke it lovingly, whisper to it.
Okay.
Yes, you lovely little boy.
So I'm going to pull out of my bag, folded up dossier, because let's be realistic, you can't just pull out papers and they not be crumpled up. Mm-hmm. So I just throw the papers on the table and be like, here's the dossier. We have many different, we have about 5 different people to choose from to look over. We have an interview tomorrow about 11 o'clock to see which one we are going to choose.
We're interviewing everyone, right?
Yes, you're supposed to be interviewing all of them if you want. I mean, they're all going to show up, and they're supposed to show up.
The question in my mind is: do we need to look over them now, or should we just meet them in person?
I think it would be very, very smart to look over them now.
As far as I'm concerned, whichever one has the people skills to prove themselves, I think is worthy. But you can use your process.
Well,
it's like, but who should be the one?
Does it sound like it sounds like we're going to have to call for a vote to look over a dossier?
Vote on whether or not we're going to look at these papers.
No, those in favor and to look over the dossier before we have the interview, say aye.
Aye.
Fine.
Aye.
I don't even know their names.
All right. The first is Cassius Darkdraft. He's a human male, about 50 years old. We're probably not going to get him. He's too old.
He's ageism.
He's a pacifist. Oh, man.
Idealism.
He does love good food and drink. He's up your alley, Mr. Pip.
What's that supposed to mean?
He loves a good drink, especially at a good party.
Don't you mean a cheap drink?
He tends to speak quietly and calmly. He falls in and out of love easily, never having married. Why is this relevant? He's a jovial almost to a fault, and he worships Lathander. Doesn't worship Savros. No. I just
never
toss
heard
it.
of Savros.
You haven't heard of the great Lord Savros?
No.
Yeah.
I've heard of many great lords.
But never a Savros.
Savros is the deity of divination and fate. And it's a lot to explain. I'll explain it at a later time.
I don't want to get into it right now.
But you should learn about him. He's a great lord. Maybe one day we'll actually be able to meet him.
All right, continue with the dust.
All right. Next we have Mayorwin Boulder Down. She's also a human, but she's a female. She's 32.
Because that makes a difference.
Oh.
She has long red hair and a mohawk. Oh, she sounds like a punk.
These are very descriptive.
These are very descriptive. Her profession is I can't even say that word, a prestigator. She's an alligator.
Pressed alligator.
She's an alligator, no. What does that word say?
For those at home, the dossier actually says prestidigitator. Apparently, Aizen does not know this word.
I don't know this word.
Let's return to the game in progress.
Mayorwin always talks very loudly, and she seems to have a story for everything. Though talkative and congenial, she is prone to violence. She is currently unmarried and appears to have no family in Akkadia, and she seems to have a fondness for dinosaurs.
Yes, as far as you know, if Viari composed these, they are very thorough and strange. This is all information that he thought was relevant somehow.
Next, we have a half-orc named Lasgar Thundersword. She's a half-orc female. She's affable for a half-orc, and she takes direction very well. However, she is known to hold a grudge. She has moved frequently in her life, either due to wanderlust or her profession. She is married and is now divorced, either because of her wanderlust or profession.
These all sound like excellent candidates.
It's about this time, Hawthorne, as you've been inspecting the orrery and attuning to it, that you begin to really get a sense of its powers and what it can do. So I'm going to hand you this card that has all of the information about this device on it.
I should have kept the device.
So official.
We don't see it, right?
Continue with the dossiers.
I mean, he can share it with you if he wants. This is just all the information he gets as he attunes to it.
Next, we have a dragonborn female named Walfuzbo.
Mind repeating that?
Walfuzbo.
Waffles foosball.
Walfuzbo. Words. She used to be a bodyguard.
I think that's an automatic throw out. I can't even pronounce that.
That requires a nickname. Waffle.
She used Waffle. She used to be a bodyguard. She's very calm even in dire situations. She claims to be good at keeping secrets. She does, however, seem to be slightly paranoid. She speaks with a surprisingly high-pitched voice. It can't be that bad. She worships the dragon god Zorquan, who is not a patron god of Akkadia. She is married to a human female named Zoe. Very nice.
And Dragonborn are very good. So she'll be an excellent bodyguard if we need that right now. To guard the undead.
Well, we can discuss who we choose after, of course, after the interviews. But we can kind of have an idea of who we're leaning on at the end of this. We have one more.
Hawthorne, you also, I forgot to mention this, you also get the sense that even though you're attuned to it, it doesn't count towards the maximum number of artifacts or magical items to which you can attune, which is normally 2. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. Do I get the sense that any effects that I would get from this object would only work if I'm close to it? So if for example, I left it in the manor when we were going adventuring, I would not get...
Yes, you feel like you would have to be near it.
Okay.
So just throw it in your
A bit
backpack.
restrictive. But you do also get the sense that the other thing that you found does go in there.
Okay.
It's one of the components. And you can also attune to it if you want.
Well, yes, I would absolutely...
Okay, so you're going to spend the next...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the
I
next
would've
10
been-
minutes attuning to
yeah.
this thing, the other thing that you found in the package. So continue, Jacob.
All right. Now, lastly, we have Thori Smeltmaster. She's a dwarf. She's about 240 years old, and she used to be a musician, played the oboe. Thori is slightly naive considering her age. She tends to take everything at face value. Her naivete and friendly nature do, however, make her very good at defusing situations. Over her life, she has taken up gem cutting, music, art, and setting up pop-up dance clubs. And she worships Moradin. What's all these people worshipping other deities? I swear.
It's a big world out there, Aizen. Yeah, Savros is not the only
What about
Well, no, Savros is not the only one, but
HR in this department?
You heard absolutely no mention of human resources from Viari?
That's very racist.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
humanoid resources.
Yeah, humanoid resources. That's a better name.
I said it was HR.
Yes, HR in this world stands for humanoid resources.
It's canon now.
Yes.
But we still have not heard of them.
Yeah. You don't know if it's something that would be adjudicated within your own franchise or if it's something that you might have to take up with head office if there's any HR complaints.
Personally, I think that the Dragonborn seems to be very, very adequate.
You mentioned one about someone liking dinosaurs. That's the only thing I heard.
No, there's no one that likes dinosaurs, Hawthorne. No one of importance.
Okay.
You've been staring into that orb a little too long.
Yeah, it's about this time that Hawthorne also attunes to the other artifact he discovered.
Well, gents, I've learned a little bit about this by messing with it. It seems like, as we suspected, that you can connect 6 different other components to this large device, and it will let you travel between planes.
I'm sorry, it'll let you
Travel between the planes.
between planes.
Yes, I studied it a little bit in college.
I understand the time travel between planes. I've traveled
not time
between
travel, just
not time travel. My
spatial
bad.
travel.
That is
Spatial travel.
excellent news.
Planar
Who wants to go
Yes.
to one of the 9 hells?
but it requires all 6 components before we can.
You're
Yes.
saying that I could return home to
To the Feywilds.
the Feywild.
Yes.
My favorite.
Well, if that's indeed where you're from, then yes, there's a great possibility that we could return. But we only have one of the 6 at this time.
We could also go to the Astral Sea. At this time, Aizen, he kind of just like starts to space out and just like walk away from everybody, just pondering.
Yeah.
It's like
All the possibilities.
possibilities of this device.
Yeah, I imagine this also interests Lillith in some way.
Yes.
Yes.
Does the other piece the smaller component, does that require an additional, extra attunement, or is that?
You get the sense that if you have it separate from the orrery, it requires one of your attunement slots. But if you installed it in the orrery,
Okay.
it would count as part of the orrery and not require a slot.
Okay.
But then you would have to carry the whole thing with you.
Understood.
Yeah.
Well, essentially, what I'm getting from these devices is that they are incredibly useful for transportation. If we could gain all 6, we would be virtually unstoppable and could go anywhere.
That sounds like a lot of power.
Yes, I'm sure that's why Drawn Enterprises was looking for it.
We cannot let these artifacts get in the hands of Drone Enterprises.
Absolutely not.
Who knows if they may have other artifacts that connect to this.
And that's what I'm thinking now.
We need more information.
We need, dare I say it, Rolf.
Somewhere down in the basement, Rolf is like, huh? Just looks up.
He just sneezes. The anime style.
Still doing origami.
I was looking over the dossiers.
I refuse.
Being a man of culture, I really like Cassius. I don't like his first name. I'll call him Dark Draft.
Do you really think that Mr. Dark Draft is the best candidate in the...
He's an
dossier?
old man. He can clean up for us, can he? We got to give him something. I mean, he's not married. He has to have something to do.
I refuse.
Refuse
Here's
To
my
vote?
thinking.
No, to allow that.
that sentiment about him needing something to do because he's
Yes.
unmarried. Yeah.
Plenty and unmarried.
I don't
Anyone
think...
think
person
about-
can do.
Bachelor pad.
Well, I think that it would be very, very wise to have someone that can defend our hold while we are not away. While we are away.
Well,
This is a business.
How many
Yeah.
employees
it's supposed to be a business.
do we...
I understand.
And based on what Viari said, we will have some means of defending ourselves. Eventually, we'll hire some crew or something to set up our defenses. And I think this individual that we're hiring as the major domo is primarily intended to deal with our interactions to home office.
Yeah.
Corporate.
They're kind of the face of your franchise. They're kind of like the person who will like set up business meetings and appointments, who helps run things while you're gone, they're like the general manager meets, PR person. Okay. Yeah, they
Anyways, we'll have to make our final decision on them tomorrow. So, It probably would be best to wait to
meeting them in person would really just seal the deal.
Yeah, it's also probably getting on towards midnight.
Yeah.
Because you guys have been doing lots of stuff, and it was already after, 8 p.m.
We haven't even explored where. Did anyone happen to find anywhere where the bedrooms may be in this house?
No one explored any other portion of the upstairs except Aizen when you went through into the upstairs of the great room. You didn't go through the doors at the ends of the mezzanine.
It's because they got punched in the face.
Yes, you did get punched in the face savagely.
While everyone's looking over the dossiers, I will slink out and go to my belongings.
Retrieve your stuff from the master bedroom.
Well, I'm gonna head upstairs, see if I can find the bedrooms, and they're up. I would assume the bedrooms will be upstairs.
I'll
particularly
poke my head out of the hallway and say, "That's good. I couldn't find them," and I'll walk back into the master bedroom.
So Aizen, if you want, you can go upstairs and go through either one of the doors.
I'm gonna go to the one on the left.
On the left, you go to your left, open the door. It leads to a long, narrow hallway that seems to run the entire depth of the building.
Okay.
And you see 3 doors on the hallway opposite where you came in, and you see doors at either end that you're guessing from the layout lead onto the upstairs balconies that are above the veranda.
Okay.
And if you open the doors, you open the first one, which is directly across from you, I'm assuming, and then you find a room that looks like a bedroom. It's about 15 by 15, and there is like a twin bed, a night table, a dresser, a foot locker. There's a small little wood burning kind of heater stove. There's a little round table and a chair. And there's a window on the far wall.
Here's one bedroom. I call out to the whole household. Any luck on finding any others?
I'll go retrieve my spyglass out of my bag. Shut the master bedroom door. Walk over to the office. Sit at the desk, put my feet up, and just start looking through the spyglass. Just trying to reminisce about my days being in.
You're just not even looking for the other bedrooms. So then do you go look at the other doors?
Yeah.
You then go down to one of the other doors, either on your left or your right, and you open it, and you find another bedroom, 15 by 15, practically identical.
Okay.
Except there are 2 windows on this one across from you, one on the other side, because it's at that end of the building.
Okay.
And then if you continue looking, the other is like an identical bedroom.
Okay, so there's just nothing but bedrooms on this hall?
3 bedrooms up there.
Okay, 3 bedrooms. All right. Well, I believe the bedrooms are up here. It doesn't seem that there is a master bedroom. I feel like maybe they have just played us. So I'm going to take the bedroom with the 2 windows.
Okay, the ones on either end have 2 windows because the one in the middle, can't. So either one of those.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Okay. Which one? The one at like the front of the house or the rear of the house?
I want the front.
Okay.
The front of the house.
Good lookout.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good view.
So anybody else?
So I mean, I don't have anything specific I want to do, so I'll just find the master bedroom.
Okay,
and set up.
You continue exploring downstairs, and you can find the master bedroom that's on the kind of
And unless there's anything else
left side of the
interesting,
house.
I'll kind of be scoping out different elements of the home I want to change when we have interns to fix it. But otherwise,
Okay. So, is everybody calling that a night then?
Yes, I'm just going to fall in bed and crash.
Okay.
I'm also
So you found the master bedroom.
yes.
All right. I'll go retrieve my things out of the bedroom.
I open the door. This isn't my stuff. these clothes would fit me, but that's not mine.
Yeah. Also,
He just claims your stuff as his. Now he's like, oh, well.
Hawthorne, when you go in there, make a perception check for me.
Would this just be passive perception?
No.
How would we go about doing that? Like, where is our belongings from our personal homes coming from?
That's up to you.
Oh, that's up to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I brought a
I got
duffel
an
bag.
pretty much.
8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which my passive is 9. So can I take
Yeah.
that one?
Cool. Yeah. You don't. Never mind.
Great.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I will just start loading my stuff into the room.
Yeah. There's a
and
like
closet.
giant king size canopied bed, and like you can open another door. There's a big walk-in closet. There's dressers and like a vanity and a big like stove. There's 4 windows. Super nice.
It's on the first floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I heard you go into the master bedroom. I'll walk out of the office, walk to the door, and kind of just peep in and be like, "Hey, have you seen my stuff? It seemed to have just moved."
Is this your stuff? It's a halfling size, so I don't know how it got here.
I'll grab the bag and smell my clothes. Yep, that's mine.
Yes, please get it out of here.
I'll just yell around the house. I'll go, "Cruxis, where'd you say the rooms were?"
He said the second floor.
"Thank you, Flaxtop." I'll start heading upstairs.
Okay. Do you go to your left or your right?
Left.
Okay. This is the same way Aizen went. So there you see 3 doors that you're guessing lead to rooms, like you described. You hear snoring coming from the one at the front of the house.
I'll just.
Oh,
I'll
also,
go to the one at the end because I don't want to be next to
a little note before people correct us. Elves do not sleep like people sleep. They trance. So unless you just want to sleep, I mean, I guess that's
I'm
the thing
actually
you can do.
just acting.
Oh, okay.
I'm acting. I'm making people think I'm asleep. I just don't want to deal with anybody for a little while.
I'm going to be a different and
Different.
different. I'm going to be a different. Yes, I'm going to take my bed into the cellar. Yep, just a mattress or
So you go upstairs and
Grab
you
a-
find just a random room.
a random mattress. Take it down into the cellar.
So, Pip, as you're standing there listening to snoring, debating what to do, you see Lillith walk past you, directly by you, into the door right in front of her. Then you see her drag a mattress out of the room, pass you by, go back down to the mezzanine, and start dragging it down the curved staircase.
Oh, this is great.
Nice.
So, unless you want a room with no mattress, maybe not that one.
It sounds like actually what the room I should have.
Yeah, I'll just go to the room with the mattress.
Okay, so you go to the room at the back of the house.
Yes.
Okay.
So I do have 2 windows, right?
Yes. Pip, when you're walking, like you see that happening, and then you turn down the hallway to head to the other bedroom, and you see a figure standing at the end of the hallway that looks like a thin elven woman with long blonde hair, wearing kind of a light blue, expensive-looking silk gown.
I'll rub my eyes.
You rub your eyes and look again. She's gone.
Man, I'm staying up way too late. Yeah, I'll just go to my room. I mean,
All right,
Not
cool.
investigate that any further.
Then Lillith, you said you're dragging your bed down into the cellar.
Yes.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Cool.
you're gonna be talking to.
So you just put it like,
Next to Dunk.
No, in the cellar.
yeah, that's where
that's where
Dunk
Dunk
is,
is.
guarding
Oh,
the entrance to the vault.
Oh yeah.
So
sure.
you see Dunk standing there. You also see where he's standing, like behind him. There's a perfectly intact apple on the ground.
What is going on with this house?
Perfectly intact apple. Does it look good? Like pristine,
Yeah.
shiny red.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab it. Late night snack already.
Nobody's thinking anything about this.
I was like, oh, this must be the apple Dung didn't want to eat, or was given to Dung.
Not Dunk.
Dunk.
Dung.
as you're standing there eating your apple, you look down, like you feel something wet on your feet. You look down and see blood covering the entirety of the floor in the cellar.
Would I know it's blood? It is dark.
It looks, I mean, like, you have dark vision.
But
You're
it-
used to dark vision. It's like, people, as maybe Nathan could attest to, people who are colorblind kind of get used to, like, guessing what things are, even if they can't tell the color. So like you would recognize the viscosity and the like shade of gray.
Probably smell it too.
Yeah, it smells kind of coppery.
Home sweet home.
Yeah, so it just doesn't bother you at all. You just keep eating the apple.
Yeah.
So you just keep eating the apple, and at one point you blink, and the blood is gone.
Wow, this is one crazy apple.
Must be one of those dope apples.
Man, this apple is dope.
First aid jitters.
Yeah.
So while everybody's sleeping,
Oh,
I'm just gonna walk around the house for a little bit
Okay.
until
Cool. So
about maybe 2 o'clock in the morning.
So Hawthorne, you also lay down and go to sleep?
yeah, I'll stow everything in the closet.
Okay.
I will set and cast alarm.
Oh, yeah, there's a spell. Is that the one that, like the alarm that alerts you of danger, or is that the alarm that wakes you up? Is it?
You set an alarm against unwanted intrusion. It can be a 20-foot cube.
So it's basically anything crosses the
Yes,
the
anything
threshold.
crosses the threshold.
Okay.
Then
Cool.
a mental alarm.
How early
Hits
in the
me.
morning are our applicants coming in?
At 11 a.m. is when they're supposed to arrive.
So I will spool out some silver-looking thread and kind of loop it around the room in a fashion that looks like this will probably be the setup I'll use forever as long as I'm in this room.
Cool. You do all that. You lay down in bed, get ready. You know. Do you sleep on your back, on your side? I promise it's relevant.
Let me just roll.
Face down.
Face down.
Do you sleep on your stomach?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my wife does that. Yeah, you lay down, kind of like hugging your pillow, and then you feel something like the sheets moving, and then you feel a kiss on your cheek.
Can I just roll over?
Yeah, you look, and there's no one there.
Okay.
It also did not set off your alarm.
Okay. Well, it didn't set off the alarm. I will just slap my face and just go back to sleep.
Okay, so Aizen, you're like,
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of wander the hall, see what I can see.
okay, is there any direction? You're just kind of wandering around.
Are you being stealthy? Because I'm a light sleeper.
Yeah, are you like wearing your armor or just clothes or
At this point, I'm just gonna dress down to just clothes.
pajamas?
Kind of
Your
some PJs.
yeah, your
some
jammies.
jams.
Yeah.
You have
Little
your sword
nightcap.
anyway. Jammies and a sword.
Yeah, I'll have my sword.
Cool.
Because I don't
Yeah.
trust this house.
It's like, do you have a nightcap to match?
Yes, I have my nightcap matches. It's all
Yes.
green, and I have a big green nightcap, so I look very much
little
like
torch.
I have a little sword, and every time I spin around, I go yeah.
So where do you just wander around? Do you head somewhere in particular?
I'm just gonna go to the other end of the hall that I didn't explore.
Okay,
earlier.
you walk across the mezzanine. You mean to the other
Yeah.
hall? Yeah, you open it and you see an identical long hallway.
Okay.
But when you look towards the rear of the house, at the end of the hallway, you see the same thing that Pip saw. You see, well, she didn't tell you, but you see a thin elven woman with long blonde hair wearing a expensive looking kind of blue silk gown.
I say, can I help you, ma'am?
When you say that, she kind of holds out her hand like she's beckoning for you, and she has kind of almost a pleasant look on her face.
Can I can I make like an Arcana check or a religion check?
Yes,
See what,
either one,
if something's
whichever
going
you
on.
want. Which one was this? Arcana or religion?
We'll go with religion.
You're guessing from your training this might be a ghost,
Okay.
some kind of spirit, because as you're examining it, you can almost see through it
Okay.
once you look
So
at
it's
it
got a
hard
very
enough.
spectral form.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just ask, like, are you okay? Like, what's clinging you to this realm?
She kind of drops her hand, and then she just disappears through the floor.
No, don't go.
No, come back.
Come back.
Baby, come back.
It'd be nice to have a fellow elf in the house. Well, I'll just shake that off.
Okay.
And I'm going to open up one of the doors.
I like how everybody had a nice experience. I got a room full of blood.
Yep. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you open one of the doors and you see like an identical room to the other ones. Yeah, they're the same like style of furniture and everything.
Okay, I'm just going to assume that they're all bedrooms up top floor. So I'm just going to go down the stairs.
That makes 6 bedrooms on the second floor.
Okay. So I'm just going to go down the stairs. And what rooms have I not explored? Have we not explored? We've been in the kitchen.
So far, it would just be outside then. There's a shed and a workshop or something back there.
I'll go outside then.
Okay. Yeah, you go out back, and it's dark, but you can see with your dark vision unless you cast light or have a torch or something.
I see.
You see a small, what looks like a shed kind of to your left.
How big is our backyard?
It is...
Is it fenced off?
It's about...
in any way?
Yeah, the whole thing is fenced off all the way around with this black wrought iron fencing, but the rear of the property is the outside city walls that are like 100 feet high.
Okay.
And it gets about 80 feet back to those walls.
And we don't have any neighbors or anything, right?
There are neighbors to either side, but they're unattached.
Okay.
Like all the other buildings in this district are attached.
Any privacy fences alongside of the...
Nope.
Nope, okay. Well, I write down on my little notebook, like, that's something we need to invest in. It's a privacy fence.
Yeah, the shed's maybe 10 by 15. It's pretty small. The workshop is much bigger. It's maybe 20 by 30. But you see no visible entrance into this kind of like metal-clad box of a building.
Okay, so there's no entrance?
Not that you see from initial inspection. If you're going to look for one,
yeah,
I'll take an investigation check.
I'm going to look around.
I'm a sleep talker. Can I just yell out, one click to your left as like loud as I can because I'm just having a bad dream.
So you said investigation?
Yes.
15.
15. You notice that on one end of the building, there is some kind of secret door.
Secret door. Okay.
It has a mechanism.
Are you in the workshop?
I'm looking around the workshop right now. Or the building.
Workshop.
It has a mechanism that looks like you can manipulate to unlock it.
Okay. Can I try the mechanism?
Yes, I will take a dexterity check. If you're not proficient thieves' tools, right?
No.
Yeah, it looks like there's a series of of like gears that you have to turn that make some kind of pattern, but you don't know what they mean.
Okay. Ugh. You said investigation as well? Or
Dexterity.
Dexterity, okay.
Just straight dexterity.
11.
11?
Yeah.
Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, God. 15.
As you're turning these like gears around and they're spinning, making kind of like almost like a kaleidoscopic pattern that shifts as you turn the gears, it clicks at one point and you instinctively move your hand back and a needle jabs out where you were turning and retracts back in.
I'm gonna let Hawthorne look at that in the morning. That's not my cup of tea.
It's technically a long rest.
Yes, it will be. If everybody goes to sleep and rests for 8 hours, it will be a long rest.
I'm just gonna go.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, the elves only have to trance for 4 hours, but
That's what I was about to say. I'm just gonna go into the kitchen, have a cup of tea, and just kind of go into a trance.
Okay.
And zone out.
You go into the kitchen and you find nothing resembling tea. you find kettles and there's a few cups laying around, but they're all mismatched and some of them are chipped. If they had like a fine service tea set, it's gone.
Do I just not
Someone
have
took
a
it.
spell that creates tea? Come on.
You probably have create food and water. That's a paladin spell, but that makes
I have purify food and water, not create food and water.
Yeah,
Darn.
can my water that I create be exclusively chamomile?
chamomile water. Well, with that spell, no. It just makes plain water and bland but nourishing food.
Can that bland and nourishing food be tea?
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Sure, why
I mean,
not?
if you don't put anything in tea, it's kind of...
Yeah, it's not good tea. It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah. I was going to name a brand, but then I don't want to make anybody mad. So
Does it start with an L and rhyme with Ripton?
no, it's even worse.
Oh.
It starts with a T and rhymes with Bentley.
Oh, I was thinking something that started with a G and rhymes with value.
8 value. Sam's choice. Oh no! Please don't sue me, Walmart. I'm sure you're listening to this live play D&D podcast.
Some of this is probably gonna get cut.
No.
um.
So anyway, yeah.
I'm just gonna sit in the kitchen.
You can rest. Everybody, if you don't want to do anything else, gets a long rest.
I kind of want to investigate the blood now that I finished my apple.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're still awake, aren't you?
Are you doing just like a physical investigation or like Arcana?
Arcana.
Okay, make an Arcana check.
Yes.
Wait, you don't do you have to sleep?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tieflings have to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 19 plus Arcana 7, 26.
Ooh.
Again.
It was definitely some kind of illusory effect. You're not sure what created it, but it was not real blood. It wasn't like blood that came in and got transported somewhere else. It wasn't a physical presence. So you don't know if it was like an illusion kind of spell or if it was some kind of supernatural like haunting, but it could be any number of things, but it definitely wasn't physical blood. That's what you get the impression of.
Can I knock on the vault door and ask Rolf if he's seen or heard anything weird?
Yeah. He'll say, "Oh, what? No? What? What happened? What I miss?"
Oh, nothing. Just the room filled with blood for a minute.
Oh, what? I missed that? Oh, man.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Well, next time it happens, tell me. Maybe you could let me out. I could look at it. I won't do nothing.
I'm half tempted. Just like explore the halls with Rolf real quick. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess night.
Lillith and Rolf on an adventure.
Wandering the halls late at night.
So what do you do?
I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody goes to
Good
sleep,
night.
gets a long rest. Thanks for listening, everybody. Once again, I'm Peter Johnson, your host and Dungeon Master. If you like what we do, you can check out bit.ly/charismacheck. That's where you can find a link to our Podbean account, and from there, there's links to our Instagram and other social media, and you can find our Patreon. If you really enjoy what we do, consider supporting us. You'll get lots of perks, like being able to join our Discord channel, having early access to material, getting access to my notes and things. It's a really great way to support us and help us keep doing what we're doing. We'll be recording, once again, when I return from vacation. Otherwise, we'll have some in the bank ready to go for you. I hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you next time.